Wow, so we just got some massive news between Microsoft and GameStop. Let's jump into it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, maybe consider hitting that subscription button if you like what you see, because I'll be covering all the news and everything leading up into the next generation of consoles and beyond, all the way to getting my PlayStation 1 and Xbox Series X, then making a bunch of videos on that. So let's jump right into this video here. GameStop and Microsoft have announced a multi-year strategic partnership. Now, this is a massive deal between the two companies, and it's going to be beneficial to both for sure. As we know, GameStop has been dying and going down into the gutters, their stock falling to about $2 per share at a certain point. It's slowly been going up, starting with the acquisition of some 9% of the shares from the owner of Chewy.com, which, if you know anything about Chewy.com, it is that online pet retailer store. And that is just the beginning of what we're about to see with GameStop going forward, as they have announced the strategic partnership with Microsoft. That's pretty wild. You can all but say that GameStop is saved for at least a couple more years with this massive deal. Let's jump into what this deal is actually about. There's four main points talking about everything that comes with this multi-year strategic partnership, starting with the first one here. Under this agreement, GameStop will standardize its back-end in-store solutions on Dynamics 365, Microsoft's portfolio of cloud-based business applications and customer data platform, empowering associates with integrated experiences across its business operations, including finance, inventory, e-commerce, retail, and point of sale. This will enable store associates the ability to access omni-channel insights about customer preferences and purchase history, real-time information on product availability, subscriptions, pricing, and promotions in order to provide a differentiated and personalized in-store customer experience. Now, I don't know about you, but I am very happy to hear this, because I've gone into GameStop, or I've called GameStop multiple times and asked if they had something in stock, and they didn't. And then I would ask them if they would be able to check the nearest store near me besides themselves if they had that product or that game in stock. And they would always tell me that they were not able to do that, and I would have to call that store themselves. And I'm telling you, with this is going to be great, because now this sounds like they are going to be able to access information across the entire database, across the entire chain of GameStop, and they're going to be able to do all of that for you. On top of that, they're going to have your information across multiple stores. Now, moving on to the next point, saying additionally, associates will be equipped with Microsoft Surface devices that will transform the in-store experience and help unlock new retail experiences in the future. And then it goes on to just talk about how it's going to allow the employees of GameStop to be able to walk around the floor and have that tablet with them to help customers find things, probably check out, any stuff like that that can be done on the tablet. I mean, that's going to be huge for customer service, especially if there's long lineups at GameStop, which sometimes there are, and sometimes it can be really slow, because not because of the employees or anything, but just because customers have lots of transactions that they're doing at one time. The next point here, as a part of its transformation, GameStop plans to roll out Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Teams to its stores, empowering more than 30,000 store associates with enhanced productivity and collaboration tools. So then goes on to talk about how this is going to enable them to provide better customer experience and better security and identity management capabilities. And I mean, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams, I think they pretty much dominate the majority of corporations, the majority of government, in terms of the systems that they use in the back end for, especially right now with COVID, for conference calling, for video calling, and just for collaboration online. They have a pretty big hold on the business side. I'm competing, I guess, with Zoom as well. I don't know what they were using before. It could have been a different software, or if they were even using one, but I think that's definitely good for the company itself. And then finally, following decades as an essential provider of the Microsoft Xbox gaming platform and services, GameStop has expanded its Xbox family of product offerings to include Xbox All Access, which provides an Xbox console and 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to players with no upfront costs. GameStop and Microsoft will both benefit from the customer acquisition and lifetime revenues value of each gamer brought into the Xbox ecosystem. Now, this point is massive, so who knows 100% what this means. We're going to have to wait and see as this goes on to the next generation. But it sounds like GameStop may be getting the exclusive rights to sell that Xbox All Access deal to customers. And if you know anything about that Xbox All Access deal, it is an extremely enticing deal. It is tons of value. You're not paying any interest, and you're only paying off your Xbox Series X or S plus Xbox Game Pass for a certain monthly fee. Now those fees are listed here, and again, I'm in Canada, so I think these are about a $10 or $5 less in the United States. I don't believe these are the American prices, so you'll just have to look up the Xbox All Access on the US site. But it's $40 a month for 24 months, no upfront cost, 0% APR for the Xbox Series X and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And then it's $29.99 a month for 24 months, 0% APR for the Xbox Series X with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It's a very enticing deal. You're pretty much just buying the console with a monthly fee if you can't afford that one big lump sum down payment for all of this. You're paying a small amount every single month, at least for what you're getting. And I think it's going to really take off for a lot of people. And then getting that benefit, like they say, of that customer acquisition and the lifetime revenue value of new gamers and old gamers that purchase products, Xbox products at GameStop. That is just, it's going to be a constant revenue for GameStop. They're not really going to have to worry about not making money with the digital era right now, even though there's still discs in the drive. So there's still very viable store because people are still purchasing physical discs for the next generation as well as the previous generation. So there's still that, but they're going to be making cash on every single Xbox customer now. GameStop may turn into your Xbox headquarters essentially, because they could do so much stuff with this. And I'm just spitballing, and these are just some thoughts on this, but I mean, you're gonna probably see exclusive deals at GameStop with Xbox. You're gonna probably get your best deals at GameStop for Xbox products, and you're gonna probably see a lot of incentives to go shop there if you have an Xbox or if you're looking to purchase Xbox products and accessories and games and the console itself. So this is massive news. It's a lot bigger than a lot of people think. And the narrative of GameStop is dead, you can throw that right out the window now. GameStop is alive and well, not only shown off by its stock, which we see here that is now soaring at almost $14, where if you remember back, I believe this was in like, let's go 1 month, let's go 3 months actually let's go 6 months. That's the easiest way to look at this. It was at $3.89 in April. And I remember that it went up to about 5 and then it dropped down to like 2 at some point. And that's a long way. That's $10 on the stock. And you can best believe that tomorrow it's just going to continue to go up. And like, that's big for GameStop. They are out of the water. Like I think they're out of it right now. We're going to have to see how this generation continues. We're going to have to see how this deal transpires going forward. But it looks like GameStop has really dug themselves out of that hole, and all that information that we saw before when they were going down, all of the YouTube videos, all of the news releases, and everyone kind of just bashing GameStop, basically saying that they're dead and almost wishing for them to die. It's not going to happen right now with this deal. And I know for me, I've always had probably the opposite experience of a lot of people who have dealt with GameStop. A lot of people complain that they've had terrible experiences at GameStop. I know every time I've gone into a GameStop/EB Games, I've had a good experience. I've had maybe 1 or 2 negative experiences where you could tell the employee was in a bad mood or was having a rough day. But besides that, I mean, I've always had a decent experience there. I've never had too much to complain about. Obviously, some of their corporate practices were terrible when they were trying to take advantage of customers with trade-ins and all that kind of stuff. But overall, as a customer going into the store, dealing with the frontline employees, I've had an awesome experience. And I think this is going to make it even better because there's going to be a lot less pressure now on the corporate senior directors that they have this plan in place going forward with Microsoft. Anyways, guys, those are just my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you think GameStop is saved? Are you happy that they have been purchased by Microsoft? How do you think this is going to affect the next generation with Xbox and the All Access and all that kind of stuff? I would really love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel, as I'll be continuing to cover everything for the next generation with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 1 coming out in November, and I'll have both of those on day one, making tons of videos going forward. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.